Welcome back to Exceptional Bites, my friends. Today we'll be preparing for XB's version of garlicky lemon butter scallops that I'm sure you will savor for a long time. So let's get started with our ingredients. Again, this is garlicky lemon butter scallops. So what you'll be needing, your ingredients will be lemon, and this right here is the juice of one lemon. You will need garlic, you will need onion, you will need parsley, you will need onion powder, you will need garlic powder, and then you will need some seafood seasoning. This is my seafood seasoning. Also, you will need the butter. You will need a seasoning. You can use, if you want to use some seasoning powder, if you want to use whatever seasoning that you got, Lowry's, whatever seasoning that you like, you can use. Well, I use this organic no salt seasoning. And then we have olive oil, Italiamo olive oil, Italiamo olive oil. And you can find your olive oil, whatever kind of olive oil you like. You can find that anywhere. So first, to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to heat our pan. And we're using maybe about a medium high. I've already washed and peeled the vein off of the scallops. And so I'm gonna be seasoning these scallops with the seasonings that you see here. And these three is what I'm gonna use because I'm gonna use these three after for the sauce. So now, right here is onion powder. And I put in these bowls about a teaspoon of onion powder. About a teaspoon of each, and a few of them was just a little bit more. This is how I do mine. And I was letting my skillet heat up, and this one fell apart right here. So I might have to piece him into the skillet, but he fell apart. So anyway, here we go. We got all of that, the garlic, and you can season this to taste because what my family's taste is just not your family's taste. Might be just a little different, so you can season it to however you want it. So what I did is I put about a tablespoon of seasonings into each measuring cup, and then I put on it what I would like to put on it. And you could do the same for your family because I don't know what your family's taste is. And so now I feel like my skillet is heated up, and I'm gonna add some olive oil. And remember, Italiamo is what I use. You can use whatever olive oil you want to use. And so I'm going to use the olive oil sparingly. You don't need to use an awful lot. Maybe about 2 tablespoons full is good. And then a tablespoon of butter. And I'm going to cut my butter in half for this tablespoon simply because I'm cooking for me as well as my family, but I happen to have high cholesterol. So this is what I'm going to start with. But this is the full that I will use. A tablespoon. So here's my seasoning, my no salt seasoning. And I will sprinkle my no salt seasoning on my scallops on the top. I have washed these and patted the scallops dry. And put them there. Of course, you can see my oil and my butter. And most of this fell in between the plates. Not a lot on my scallops because I don't want them to be too savory or too spicy. So let me grab me a spoon, or I'm sorry, a spatula. And you want your heat to be medium, on medium. Not too hot though. Starting to smoke a little bit, so I pulled it off. And so now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take each scallop and I'm gonna turn it on the seasoning side, face down. Do you hear the sizzle? That's what you want. You want that sizzle. So we're gonna get all these into the pan, and then we're gonna return them to the heat. Pick up some of that seasoning right there, put it right there in the skillet. This is my broke up one right here. I got to figure out how I'm going to get him in the skillet, what I'm going to do with it. But He already broke up, so I'm trying to keep him together. And you can see sometimes the stove is just a little uneven, and you just might want to turn your skillet so that you could get some of it on everything. And so here I go with my last one, and I'm gonna put him right in the center. Put it back on the heat, and I'm gonna let them go for about 2 to 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna be checking the sides of them, because when they start to turn brown on the sides, I'm gonna know. When they start turning brown and they start to flip up a little bit, I'm gonna know that it's time to turn them. And I'm gonna turn them with a fork. And just remember, these are my seasonings. So we're done with these seasonings. We'll take them off. What we see now is for our sauce. We're gonna be making our lemon sauce. So we're gonna keep our eye on these. You're gonna see where they get brown at the bottom. And again, about a medium-high heat. I need to turn this down just a little bit. I hear just a little bit of sizzle. Too much sizzle that I'm saying this is too much. So we're gonna go let them go for about 2.5 minutes. And I'm gonna go and put this in the sink, guys. Wash my hands. All right, I'm back. You gotta wash your hands, especially when you're cooking. Always make sure your hands are clean. And so now, if you pair this with a nice salad and a baked potato, oh, it's gonna be oh so delicious. So just think about your scallops, how you like your scallops. But this is XB's version of scallops. So I'm turning the skillet. None of them are moving. A few of them starts to move, which lets me know that they cooked. That flipped over by itself. So it lets me know that they're seared. They have a nice little crunchy sear on them. And then I can turn them over. But I won't do them all like that. I'm going to flip some of them over, because it's only about 2 to 2.5 minutes that you should sear them. Because you don't want to overcook your scallops either. So I'm going to turn these over. Again, make sure your heat is medium-high. You might need to turn it down a little bit, just like I just did. And you see the golden brown on them? Crunch. If I touch it, it's got a good sear on it. So you turn them over. You see that? And this is about 12 to 14 scallops. Good enough for my family. And you can do it for your family. If you have more or less people in your family, you can do it to suit your family. But for my family, this is enough. And so it's going to go for about another 2 minutes on this side. And then we're going to remove them. You hear that sizzle? Oh, that says deliciousness. Listen to it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm ready. You can see it. See how it's looking? All right. We're going to let that go for just a little while longer. Not much. And we still got things we need to put in it. We still have this other half of our tablespoon of butter. And this is what's going to make our sauce. So as we let this cook, I smell it. The aroma is wonderful. Wonderful. And now just remember, you can put any seasonings on your scallops that you want to put on your scallops. I happen to like the Obey seasoning. And that's what this was, actually. It was Obey. So I happen to like Obey seasoning. And then I did garlic and onion powder. But you can put whatever seasoning you want on your scallops for you, your taste, or your family, okay? But I happen to like those seasonings. And so we got just a little longer that we're going to do. You don't want to let them cook too long, because you're going to be putting them back in your lemon and garlicky sauce, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take them out. Oh, they look wonderful. Look at it. And remember, don't have your fire up too high. You can start on a medium high, but you might have to turn it down just a little bit. I had to turn mine down a couple of times, so just a little bit. You know, you looking at them, just don't let them burn, because the taste is going to be horrible if you let them burn. So keep your eye on them. And move that off the heat. Oh, I'm chasing that one. Look at that. Oh, that one don't want to be ate. Oh, come to me. It's gonna be 8. All right, so here we go here. Got a few more pieces I need to get out of here. Ooh. Ooh, they running. What? Let me sit that right there. Get these out of here because they running on me. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our sauce. And remember, try not to keep your heat so high, like a medium high, and then you can turn it down as you see, because if it gets too hot, then in your skillet, it's gonna burn the bottom of the seasoning. So you don't want that to happen. So now you wanna add, after you got them all out, you wanna add your garlic. Because remember, this is garlicky. So if you like garlic, if you don't like garlic, you don't have to put that much in it. But if you like garlic, just remember it's garlicky lemon butter scallops. So then that means that all attention is on the garlic. So put your garlic in there. Turn your heat down a little bit because you know garlic burns fast. So turn your heat down just before you put your garlic in. You see that? Just mix it around. Throw your onions in. If you like a lot of onions, then put more onions in it. But as I said, for my family, this is what we like. So you see our onions, you see our garlic, and here comes our butter. And remember, this is the only amount of butter I'm putting in. But you could put in more butter if you would like. But for me, you could put in at least 2 tablespoons, 3, whatever your family likes. But for my family, I did a tablespoon. And I cut it in half, used part of it in the beginning, and then the rest in the end. So, again, whatever it is to your taste. If you like more butter, put more butter in there. You know, this is not about my family. It's about how I show you how I cook this recipe for my family. And then you get to cook the recipe on your own. And then you get to tailor it to your family's taste. So, here we go. We got our onions, we got our garlic in there. And now, this, again, is the lemon juice of 1 lemon. If you don't like it to be as tart, then do half a lemon. That's fine. Because it's to your family's taste. But this is the juice of 1 lemon. And there it goes. I'm going to put it back on the heat as soon as I stir it up. You see that? It's back on the heat. And when we put it back on the heat, we're going to add our scallops back to it. Uh-oh, one of them got away. So my scallops is added back to it. I'll shake them around so that we can get some of this garlicky butter on it. Here's our scallops, our finished product. This is our finished product. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to get going. You see that? Oh, man. Let's get this going. I'm ready. I've prepared a salad. I'm gonna let these sit here and I'm gonna turn my eye off because my scallops are actually done. You don't want your scallops to overcook. So I'm gonna turn this off and then I'm gonna show you what I prepared. Hold on. I have prepared a salad and we have baked potatoes. So you can pair whatever you want to pair it with. But tonight we'll be pairing ours with a salad and a wonderful baked potato. You can put some sour cream on it. You can put some chives on it. You can just do whatever you like. But our star of the show is our garlicky lemon butter scallops. All right, y'all. Listen, don't forget, subscribe to the channel so that you can see more of these recipes. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. In fact, give us a comment. Let us know what you thought about our meal tonight. All right, until next time, we'll see you later.